So I've been on my financial journey for over 10 years now, and I went from living in a 900 square foot duplex to now a 9,000 square foot home. Here's what I've learned. You can't save your way to wealth. You have to grow your way to wealth. Here's what I mean by that. The banks are paying us next to nothing to use them. Our money is earning like 0.01%. But what the banks are doing is they're taking that money and they're turning it around and lending it out. They're actually putting it into other people's hands. They're loaning it out in car loans for 5% and mortgage loans for 6% and, personal loans for 12% and credit cards for 20%. They're earning money on our money hand over fist, but it's actually even worse than that. Banks are what we called a fractional reserve system. This means they only have to keep a portion of our money and they can then lend out a multiplied amount. This means for every dollar that the bank has, they can then lend out $10. But that's beside the point. Ultimately, what we need to be doing is finding a way for our money to be growing like the banks grow their money. And they use something called Tier 1 capital. This is one of the safest places in the world for banks to put their money. It's actually how banks are ranked on how stable they are, on how much money that they actually have in this Tier 1 capital. Tier 1 capital actually gives between a 6 to 12% average rate of return, and it has guarantees on it, meaning that it's guaranteed to never lose value. And then it's also completely taxed for all that growth that happens inside of there. This is why the wealthy continue to become wealthier, while most everybody else continues to stay poor, middle class, just getting by, living paycheck to paycheck, not having their money grow and work for them, because we don't know exactly what we should be doing with it aside from putting it in the bank. If you need more support, see if you qualify for my free financial strategy session where we're going to find out exactly what's going on currently with your finances, see if there's some money that we can free up, see if there's some ways that we can save you some extra money, and then also put a plan in place to help you reach all of your financial goals.